Good morning, Golden Valley, and welcome to a brand new episode of GVTV, The Virtual Experience. Now, we have an amazing show lined up for you this week with brand new stuff that you're going to love. So sit down, get ready. I'm Nick Storch, live on tape, and this is GVTV, and it starts right now. Grizzlies, welcome back. Hopefully you had a wonderful 2 weeks in school. But before we get started with the show, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This just in, you were looking at obviously a very disturbing live shot there. That is the World Trade Center, and we have unconfirmed reports this morning that a plane has crashed into one of the towers.
Welcome back to Good Day. These are live pictures for you right now. A tragic accident apparently has just happened in New York City.
Sharply and smash directly, perhaps purposefully, into, oh my goodness.
Oh God.
There's another one. Oh my goodness, there's another one.
This seems to be on purpose.
Oh my goodness, now it's obvious, I think.
So the first word that comes to mind when I think of 9/11 would most likely be tragedy.
The first word that comes to mind for me when I think of 9/11 is probably loss. I know a lot of people lost their loved ones during that day, and it's very sad.
The first word that comes to mind when I think about 9/11 is tragedy.
Mom's best friend was actually supposed to go there, but was late to work. So her office teammates passed away, but she's still here today.
But I remember hearing some of my teachers talk about the actual day, since they were watching it on TV and hearing the news about it, and they just said it was almost like the whole world stopped for a minute.
9/11 marks the date of one of the most horrendous and horrific events that have taken place in our nation. This attack on our World Trade Center, and in addition to other landmarks within our nation, were threatened.
Another thing I kind of know is that it was definitely the start of something new for the U.S., just to symbolize that we needed to stick together. And I think it was definitely something that unified the nation.
9/11 was truly a tragedy, just like Jasmin said. And just like Jordan said, it did shape our future and make what we are today. If you want to learn more about the horrific events that happened 19 years ago, tomorrow, please watch Flight 93, 9/11, 9/11 The Falling Man, Heaven and Ground Zero, and 9/11 Stories from the City. Just remember, we're all in this together. For GVTV, I'm Jasmin Smith.
To start off the show, at Bright Team, they provide free academic and non-academic services for students in the Santa Clarita Valley community. Students who are struggling in any area are able to apply and will be accurately paired with a tutor. All tutors will receive service hours and recognition for their time and commitment. Students are also able to apply as tutors with high marks in their specialty of teaching. Example, you can have an A in math or a 5 in AP World History. If you would like to improve your skills, meet new people, and new opportunities, feel free to join Bright Team. Now, Grizzlies, as we continue our journey on social distancing, many businesses have been forced to adapt to these new ways. Chloe Switzer talks to New World Dance Studio owner Marissa Field about how she is balancing her studio and being a frontline worker during this pandemic. Let's take it over to them.
Also a frontliner. I'm a speech pathologist, and I specialize in the assessment of throat disorders and swallowing disorders. So I've had to work through this global pandemic, and it's been pretty tough. Now I kind of know what I need to do to keep me and my family safe, and that's what I implement at the studio as well, the same safety precautions that we have at the hospital. So being a frontliner has actually helped me with my businesses as well, because then I know the protocols that are required to keep everybody safe. What motivates me to keep this business running? With the pandemic, we've lost 80% of our customer base, 80% of our students. In fact, I think it might be more than 80% now. And my biggest fear is not really losing my business, because I have a career. It is my biggest fear that this studio will go down for only one reason, and that's letting the kids down. Because the thing that motivates me the most about running this business is actually sitting in that audience and watching you guys dance on stage. Makes me so happy to see you guys happy. Being a female business owner is very difficult. I'm not going to complain, it's also a gift. I mean, everybody knows that there is some gender issue with being a female leader. I have to deal with people on a daily basis who maybe treat me differently if I was a man. But luckily, I've grown some thick skin and I've been able to get through those times pretty well. However, getting through those disadvantages make you feel even more empowered. So it's been a great ride, and it will continue to be a good ride.
Thank you, Chloe and Marcia. Speaking of online learning, the reason for it is, of course, due to the pandemic known as COVID-19, and our very own Andrew O is here to share some of the science behind the virus and how it affects the human body.
All right, that's enough. So obviously, humans can be pretty good at overreacting, but our bodies can go through the same thing. Let me show you what I mean. So COVID's death tolls are rising every day, and a phenomena called cytokine storms are to blame. Now, our bodies are designed to fight off viruses and bacteria with our immune system. But sometimes these pathogens are not the ones causing mayhem. Sometimes our own immune system is hurting ourselves. Now, a virus has only one objective: to infect cells and replicate. For COVID-19, the virus known as SARS-CoV-2 targets cells in the lungs, specifically alveolar epithelial cells. These cells line the surface of your lungs and possess a receptor known as ACE2, which is what corona utilizes to enter the cells. Now let's assume for this explanation that COVID-19 has completely infected the body. Cytokines are small messenger proteins that immune response cells use to communicate. Cells like B cells, T cells, and macrophages use cytokines to signal inflammation and other immune responses. Macrophages are your body's first defense. They are white blood cells that ingest antigens through a process called phagocytosis. Once the coronavirus is ingested, enzymes break down the virus and the macrophage presents its broken parts on its outer membrane through its MHC2 molecules. The macrophage then delivers the parts of the virus to T cells. The macrophage finds the T cell that corresponds with COVID-19 and activates it. Once the T cell is activated, it will begin replicating exponentially, creating an army of cells to find and kill the coronaviruses. T cells would also release cytokines on their own that signal for other cells to come to the battlefield. Now, this is a normal process, so why is it bad for COVID-19 patients? Well, for normal viruses, very few T cells are activated and replicate. As you know, T cells release cytokines, so the amount that is released is controlled. But for COVID-19 patients, excess T cells are activated, therefore releasing a larger amount of cytokines that damage the body instead of helping it. T cells release certain types of cytokines, including interleukin-2. Too much of these cytokines leads to dilation of blood vessels, internal bleeding, and fibrosis. Macrophages also release cytokines. These include interleukin-1, interleukin-6, and interleukin-12. Now, interleukin-1 and 6 are both pyrogenic, meaning they will cause high fevers. However, interleukin-1 also causes inflammation because it is deemed chemotactic. Interleukin-12 activates more helper T cells, which means that more cytokines are released as a result. This deadly scenario is a cytokine storm. But new medical solutions such as dexamethasone and IL-6 inhibitors are suppressing those deaths. The journey is long from the vaccine, but until then, stay safe and thanks for watching.
Thank you, Andrew, for all of that information. And once again, Grizzlies, please make sure to stay safe and wear a mask. It is so important for all of us to practice social distancing so that we can return to school as soon as possible. Circle of Friends would like to start virtual circles very soon. If you're interested in joining these virtual circles, please fill out the interest survey located on our school webpage under the upcoming events section and a COF advisor will contact you. NAMI, San Fernando Valley, and Santa Clarita Valley's family support groups will be starting 3 new family-to-family classes in September via Zoom. These 8-week classes are free. You will need to contact Jasmin Santana to register. Contact her at her email address, jasmin.santana@namisfv.org. You will have 3 choices of classes and times. Thursday, 6:30 p.m., starts on September 10th. There will be an additional Thursday evening class at 6:30 p.m., and it will start September 17th. These are 2 different teachers. There will also be Saturdays from 11 a.m., and those will start on September 12th. Contact NAMI at 818-994-6747 if you have any questions. Now, with everyone being forced to adjust to this new way of living due to COVID-19, it is hard to find hobbies to keep us sane during these difficult times. Kate Tolentino talks about her journey through quarantine with the help of music.
During a difficult time like this, art and music have really helped me. Art has helped me express myself through complex visual pieces, while music helps provide a balance through soothing auditory pieces. In dark moments, the world of fine arts serves as a light of positivity for me. In quarantine specifically, I was able to grow as an artist and a musician as I explored new styles of art and genres of music. Even after life hopefully starts to turn back to normal, I hope to continue to grow and always have a love for these things. As I'm surrounded by art and music in my everyday life, I hope to pull inspiration from every little aspect of them. From composing a new song to painting a new piece, both aspects of my life complement each other well and have been very important parts of my quarantine journey.
Thank you, Kate. I hope all of you Grizzlies have found something such as music that has helped you cope during these difficult times. Congressman Garcia would like to announce his upcoming virtual night session for students interested into applying for a congressional nomination to attend one of the service academies. As a member of Congress, Representative Garcia can nominate students to the U.S. Naval Academy at Annapolis, Maryland, the U.S. Military Academy located at West Point, New York, the U.S. Air Force Academy located in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in Kings Point, New York. The attendance is not mandatory in order to be considered for a nomination. This event is taking place on Tuesday, September 8th, 2020, and registrations should be made at garciaacademynight.eventbrite.com. Students who are unable to attend or who have questions about the application process should contact Representative Garcia's Santa Clarita office at www.mikegarcia.house.gov. While we are on virtual instruction, you can apply and receive your work permit by using the links in our GV School website under the News and Announcements section. And now to end off our show, with the beginning of the year opening new opportunities to get involved on campus, Shahryar Chaudhry sits down with Gamma Cardenas to talk about his new club, Community Caregivers. Let's take it over to them.
Thank you very much. Grizzlies, I am currently here with Gamma Cardenas, the president of the all-new Community Caregivers Club here at Golden Valley High School. The club meets every Thursday on Zoom. We're going to be asking Gamma a couple questions. Let's get started. Now, Gamma, why did you start the club?
Hey, yeah, so I started Community Caregivers as a community initiative to get more people involved, especially students, more involved in their own communities. While there are other great organizations on campus which do similar things, I wanted to have something more focused on our community and on an individual-to-individual basis. We're mainly here to help connect students to resources, help them get involved with helping out other students, connecting them to tutoring, clothing drives, food drives, and so on.
Wow, Gamma, that's a wonderful reason to start this club. It's very important to have a strong community bond amongst all of us here at school and, of course, Santa Clarita itself. Now, what activities do you plan on doing to strengthen this bond?
At the moment, we're currently fundraising for the Santa Clarita LGBTQ Center. We're also in the process of planning out a clothing drive as well as a food drive. And we're still debating on other projects right now. We're talking about recycling drive.
Looks like you guys have your hands full with all these fantastic activities. Now, I know a bunch of people that would want to join and help you guys. So how does one join, and are there any requirements?
If you are interested in joining our club, there are no actual requirements. Anyone is welcome to join as long as you're passionate about helping other people and are ready to be part of the team, I'd love to have you.
That's amazing. Now, Grizzlies, if you are interested, remember this club meets on Thursdays via Zoom. Gamma, do you have any final messages?
The only final thing I would have to add is follow our Instagram. It's at GV Community Caregivers. Hope to see you there.
That's right, Grizzlies. If you are interested in joining the club, make sure you drop a follow on their Instagram. Gamma, it was wonderful talking to you. As always, I'm Shahryar Chaudhry reporting for Golden Valley Television. Let's take it back to our host.
Thank you, Shahryar and Gamma. And Grizzlies, make sure to continue to get involved on campus despite our current situation. And that brings our show to an end. We really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to participate in any and all ASB events, which will be posted on their Instagram. And also follow us on Instagram at gvtv.news. In addition, make sure to send pictures of you participating in school activities to the yearbook. Just email them at grizzlyyearbookgvhs@gmail.com. For the entire crew of GVTV, I'm Nick Storch. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you back here next week.
Thank you.